Everyone keeps saying AI is coming for your job, but Rocco has been staring at the evidence board, and something does not add up. If AI is replacing everyone, why are companies still obsessed with senior workers? Why are experts still expensive? Why do so many job posts still say things like must work independently, strategic thinker, and hit the ground running? That is the first clue. The jobs at the top are still there. The weird part is the bottom of the ladder, because maybe AI is not stealing the job you already have. Maybe it is stealing the job that was supposed to teach you how to get one. So Rocco pins the first note to the board. AI will take your job. Then he adds a smaller note underneath. Which job? Because that is where the panic gets blurry. When people talk about AI replacing workers, they usually imagine one big dramatic moment. A robot walks into the office, takes someone's chair, answers emails, attends meetings, steals a yogurt from the break room, and suddenly everyone is unemployed. Very cinematic, very stressful, terrible for yogurt security. But the real version is quieter. AI does not need to replace the entire job first. It can start by taking pieces of the job, and not just any pieces, the easy pieces, the repetitive pieces, the beginner pieces, the first draft, the basic research, the summary, the spreadsheet cleanup, the simple code fix, the customer service script, the meeting notes, the little report nobody wanted to write. At first, that sounds like good news. Nobody grows up dreaming of becoming assistant manager of copying bullet points from one document into another document. So Rocco follows the obvious lead. Maybe AI is freeing humans from boring work. Maybe this is progress. Maybe beginners get to skip the annoying stuff and jump straight to the creative, meaningful, strategic work. That sounds nice. It also sounds like something a company says right before replacing the snack budget with mindfulness. Because here is the crack in that story. The boring work was not just busy work, it was practice. Rocco walks back to the evidence board and crosses out boring tasks. Then he writes, paid practice. That is the first big reveal. A junior employee writing a messy first draft is not just producing a draft. They are learning how ideas are shaped. A beginner analyst cleaning a spreadsheet is not just cleaning cells. They are learning what bad data looks like. A junior developer fixing a tiny bug is not just moving code around. They are learning how one small mistake can break the whole machine. A customer support rep answering simple questions is not just reading a script. They are learning what customers actually misunderstand. This is the part modern work keeps pretending not to know. People do not become experienced by downloading experience from the cloud like a raccoon stealing Wi-Fi outside a Starbucks. They become experienced by doing small things badly, getting corrected, and doing them again. That is the uncomfortable middle step. And AI is very good at attacking the middle step, not because AI is evil. AI does not wake up and say, "Today I shall destroy the career ladder." It just does what companies ask it to do. Make this faster, make this cheaper, make this need fewer people. So the company looks at the beginner task pile and says, why would we pay someone to learn this slowly when software can do it instantly? And on a spreadsheet, that looks efficient. One tool replaces hours of junior work. One senior person can review what AI produces. One team can do more with fewer trainees. The numbers smile. The future quietly frowns. Because if AI does the beginner work, where do beginners learn? That is the coffee test. Imagine a coffee shop that wants expert baristas, people who can handle the morning rush, fix bad orders, calm down a customer who thinks oat milk is a human right, and make the drinks taste right without panicking. But then the owner says, training is inefficient. We bought a machine to handle all the beginner tasks. Great. Now nobody burns the milk. Nobody misspells Brian as Brian. Nobody takes too long learning. For a while, it works. Until next year, when the shop needs a new expert barista and all it has are people who were never allowed to practice. That is the trap. Companies still want experienced workers. They just keep removing the work that creates them. Rocco pins that to the board and underlines it 3 times. Want experience. Remove training. Confused later. That is the smoking gun. The system wants fruit without planting the tree, and this is why the AI job panic feels so strange. The scary part is not only that AI might replace some jobs, it is that AI can make companies believe training people is optional. But training was never optional. It was just hidden inside work nobody respected. The annoying tasks were where people learned judgment. The small assignments were where people built confidence. The low-risk mistakes were where people became less dangerous. And yes, sometimes those tasks were boring. Sometimes they were repetitive. Sometimes they made you question every life choice that led you to a spreadsheet with 47 tabs. But they were also the first step. Remove enough first steps, and the ladder still looks fine from far away. The senior titles are still up there. The big salaries are still up there. The impressive careers are still up there. But the person standing at the bottom looks up and realizes there is nowhere to put their foot. That is bigger than AI. AI did not invent this problem, it exposed it. Companies were already cutting training, already demanding experience for beginner roles, already treating new workers like risky investments instead of future talent. AI just gave them a shiny button that made the shortcut look smarter. But a shortcut that removes the path is not a shortcut. It is a dead end with better branding. So the real question is not just, will AI take my job? The real question is, who gets to become good in a world that keeps deleting the place where people start? Because every expert was once slow. Every senior worker once asked obvious questions. Every confident professional once needed someone to say, "Not quite, try again." And if companies erase the messy first step, they are not just saving money, they are shrinking the future, not only for the beginners trying to climb, for everyone who will one day need someone experienced at the top.